More Sonic Ducks.
Hey YouTube, this is Yindoxy, and we're here for another update from TeamPokeBreeder. I have our third member, Mufasa, who will be talking about builds for the starters in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Mufasa.
Thank you, Yindoxy. Greetings, humans. I am Mufasa. Well, a couple of months ago, my good friend Yindoxy here asked me to make some builds for the starters, you know, as a tribute to the outing of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So after about 2 weeks of thinking, I came up with the builds. First, let's discuss Typhlosion, because Typhlosion is actually pretty cool. It's not necessarily my favorite, but it's pretty good. It's usable. The first thing I'd like to say about Typhlosion is that it's a Charizard without the flying. Statistically, seriously, look it up. It's a Charizard without the flying. Which, I mean, it gives it a double... It takes away the double rock weakness, but it also gives it an earthquake weakness. So it's a trade-off. There's one big difference, though. Typhlosion can learn Eruption, which is actually pretty awesome given his awesome special attack and speed. So this first build, I call Tyruption. As I go through these videos, you'll see that my signature is giving names to the builds according to how they work. It gives it away a little, but I like it. Anyway, Tyruption, the first thing you need to know about Tyruption is that it has Eruption. Yes, that's right. So it's a base 150 attack that only has a base 150 if Typhlosion has a full XP. Full HP. So what you need to do to be able to keep it at it is make it really fast. So what you do is 252 special attack speed build, you know, the usual for a sweeper, and you need to choice scarf it. That way it's faster than all those really annoying, you know, Hera scarves and Sneasels and stuff. Weaviles, sorry. Anyway, for the other moves, I would usually use a hidden power rock or ground if you can work the hidden power. If not, I would just give it extra sensory if I were you, since it's the new move that it can learn in Heart Gold. And also I would give it flamethrower just in case there's like something annoying like spikes or stealth rock or something that brings you down. So that way at least you have a fire stab without it being ruined. For the third move, I usually use Solar Beam because the way I run my Tyruption is in a Sunny Day team. That way, it's like 150 attack, plus stab, plus Sunny Day. Anyway, the second Typhlosion build is the more classic one with Flamethrower or Fire Blast. With a Life Orb, probably, unless you want to make it a little more so I can take more hits, in which case you would use like a charcoal or something. I don't know. It's your pick on the item. Also, I would run extra sensory since it's a really good move. Plus, it's fast enough to flinch some things, and when you're being flinched by a Tyruption, it gets pretty annoying since he has a very high special attack. For the other two moves, something simple. You can take your pick of Solar Beam, whatever you want. The second Pokemon I had builds for is Meganium. This was actually really hard because I think Meganium is horrible. Like, I just don't like it. So the first build is the support Meganium, which I didn't actually come up with a name since I couldn't find out how to put Meganium and support together, but whatever. What you do is that you give it Aromatherapy and two of the three screens, whether it's a Reflect, Safeguard, or Light Screen. Pick two of those, and you give it Energy Ball, just so when they taunt you, you're not completely useless. So what you do is you set up the screens and you switch out, and then you let anyone else walk in. You know, basic support. The second one is actually the more defensively built one, which is obviously 252 HP, and then you split the rest whichever way you want, defense and special defense wise. What you do is that you give it Toxic, Leech Seed, and two other moves. One of them could be Substitute since it works very well in sync with Leech Seed. The other move is probably going to be Energy Ball, or maybe even Petal Dance if you like it. I don't really like it, so I would go for Energy Ball. And what you do is that you use Toxic, you use Leech Seed, you put up your Substitute, and you own. Pretty simple. The third Pokemon I built for it is Feraligatr, which I love. You have no idea how much I love Feraligatr. It is so awesome. But the thing is, everyone overlooks it just because Gyarados exists. Anyway, the first Feraligatr I built is the classic Dragon Dancer Feraligatr, which is actually the reason why it's overlooked thanks to Gyarados. What you do is that you give it 252 attack speed first of all, classic. You give it Dragon Dance, Ice Punch, Waterfall, and your choice between Crunch or Rock Slide, whichever one you decide is better. What you do is that you Dragon Dance and you Pwn. Classic. The second one I actually came up accidentally by trying to come up with the builds for Meganium, which is I looked at Feraligatr, and I'm like, hey, look, it can learn Agility. That means it can outrun Herascarf, which is a Heracross with Choice Scarf, which you will learn is very annoying. Anyway, so what you do is that you give it a King's Rock, Agility, Rock Slide, Waterfall, and Ice Fang. It's better than Ice Punch for this build just because it can flinch. Ta-da! You have a really good flincher that is also really, really buff. So these were my builds for today. I hope you use them. I don't know if Yindoxy is gonna let me do this, but if you ever need me to review something, just put it down as a comment, and I'll see what I can do with it. Thank you. And communication.